But first, our top story. Mexico's economy is building momentum after a slow start to the year. The country's exports, construction, and government spending all helping growth. And its economy relies heavily on the informal sector. 60% of that country's works is in the informal economy, mostly in the streets and markets. And one of the most notorious of them is Tepito's black market. John Holman gained special access to it. Our three-part series on the global black market begins now.
Mexico's oldest market in the capital's toughest neighborhood, Tepito. These crowded streets are notorious as the place you can get almost anything, if you're not too worried about where it comes from or if it's legal. Outsiders don't film here, at least if they want to get out with their camera and their clothes. Gangs of robbers and kidnappers are a real and prevalent threat. But we're under the protection of neighborhood strongman Santos, who, like all the traders we met, didn't want to reveal his full name. He's one of a long line of Tepito street sellers who have been hawking their goods since before the Spanish conquest.
Tepito has made us traders, and it's always been that way. Since the times when you would say, "Hey, come and get a slave," or "Come and buy my canoe."
Now, the merchandise is ripped off sneakers, imitation designer clothes, and fake luxury bags. The traders, too, have had to evolve to survive. In a rapidly shrinking world, they've turned from local sellers to international entrepreneurs. In the back room of his store, Santa's friend Manuel outlines for us the global black market network.
We jumped from Laredo to Los Angeles. Then many more went to Panama, then to New York, and you could earn still more money. Then people started going to Korea. After Korea, then we jumped to China. I went there for the first time 15 years ago. Now we don't go so much to China because now a lot of Chinese export their merchandise to Central America. There in Belize, you just order the products and they send it in trailers and it just arrives in Mexico. They contact you and you go for your things.
Marketeers who have spent all their lives in this small neighborhood find themselves leaping into the great unknown of international travel.
Asking for food or changing an air ticket is complicated because I don't even speak English. The only thing you can do is use signs. You get used to going to China and you start to become friends with your guide. He buys the products and then he sends it to you with a serial number.
So how do the tons of illegal merchandise arriving by air, sea and road get past Mexican border authorities?
Tepito inspires the authorities to become corrupt. The authorities have to turn the blind eye, and we have to give them the money to do so.
Once the goods arrive in the market, they disappear into a labyrinth of concealed tunnels and secret warehouses. The casual visitor catches only the merest glimpse of a complex world. This is just one of many hidden rooms above Tepito Market, and the discs that are being burnt in these rooms are not just sold in the market, but they're distributed throughout the country. Tepito's position in the capital makes it easy for it to export its products across Mexico.
Tepito is a connecting hub of trade and production between global and local markets. Why is it so fundamental that it's in Mexico City? Because that's the center of politics, the economy, social connections. That means that Tepito is like a bomb. It's the center of a network which reaches out to other places.
Policemen here admitted to me privately that they're powerless to control this swarming, illicit anthill. They're just here to look out for thieves.
We're autonomous. We're not governed by the law or the authorities. Here, all that counts is our own needs, our own will, and the size of our balls.
It's that defiance that's enabled Tepito to remain at the forefront of the black market trade. And as the world gets smaller, it continues to find a way to survive. John Holman, CCTV, Mexico City.